It's a nice day on the monastery. Out here in the garden, my little sanctuary. Mate-rific, delicious. I don't know what adjective to use, but it's a terrific day. This is Dave Mate. Let's get into it. Today we're going to talk about bombillas. B-O-M-B-I-L-L-A, bombilla. Sometimes people call it bamba or bombilla, but my training takes place in Argentina, and in Argentina we say bombilla, bombilla or bombilla, not bombilla, bombilla. I know a lot of you Uruguayans and Argentinians are smiling right now as I pronounce my North American accent of Castellano. Pero está bien, está bien. No me jodas, boludo. Salud. Drinking some gaucho mate. Baldo is the brand made by Canarias. Delicious gaucho mate, strong, in your face. It's a very burly, muscular mate. I love it. Salud. So let's get into this. Bombillas today. Bombillas. For those of you that don't know, bombilla is the metal straw with the filter at the end that you use to drink your mate. They come in different shapes and sizes, and they prevent the yerba, the herb, the mate, from getting into your mouth when you're drinking. Because mate is a loose leaf herb. Lex paraguayensis, loose leaf herb from the holly family. So these are a whole bunch of bombillas we're going to be talking about today. 7 different bombillas. These 6 plus including the one I'm using. Of course I'll be making transitions of close-ups of these bombillas as we talk about them. But these are for my reference. Let's start with my favorite. No, I'm sorry. Not my favorite, but my first bombilla that I ever used. The coiled bombilla. This is called the coiled bombilla. Mind you, I made up a lot of the names for these bombillas because there was just no general names for them, so I had to come up with names for them. Perhaps some of the names that I came up with coincide with what other people call them. I call this the coiled bombilla. It has a coil or a spring at the end of it. It's a nice bombilla. It's very standard. Comes in stainless steel. Has a very wide opening, so you get a lot of yerba coming into your mouth. Well, a lot of mate, not the actual yerba, but mate comes through. An explosion of the liquid comes through into your mouth. It's a nice bombilla. It's standard. You'll find it anywhere online, or if you're in Argentina, Uruguay. Well, not too much in Uruguay. They don't play around, but in Argentina you'll find this sort of inferior bombilla. But hey man, it works. This is the first bombilla I've used. Used it for a couple of years. At one point I used it for like a year straight and it was fine. They're pretty good. The only bad thing I don't like about some of them is that the tip of them is not stainless steel and it tends to corrode sometimes. But other than that, it's a pretty standard bombilla. It's nice. It's not my daily use. I don't use it every day, this sort of bombilla. But it's a standard bombilla and I sell them on my website, so I kind of vouch for them. But it's not my favorite, to be honest. Coiled bombilla. Let me fill up my gourd. I love this gourd. This gourd I got in Uruguay, Montevideo. The next bombilla is what I call the chambered bombilla. Why is it called chambered bombilla, or why do I call it a chambered bombilla? Is because it opens up like so, and inside of it you have like a little T-ball, which is really just a filter, and you set back the filter back into here, you close that, and you seal it back. I don't really like it that much, to be honest. It's kind of cumbersome to use. It kind of rattles sometimes in your mouth. It vibrates. There's a sort of annoying vibration that goes like brrr. when you're drinking from it. And it's not that easy to clean. It has a wide spout. I'm sorry, well, it's pretty wide, but it's not very open, the spout, but it's wide, so it feels nice on your lips. It's kind of thin and spread out. But it's not circular, which I actually prefer this sort of spout. You get more suction, better suction from it. So this is a chambered Bombilla. It's okay. This is a standard Bombilla, Argentinian Bombilla. A lot of Argentinians use it. I don't really use it that much. You'll see a lot of tourists using this Bombilla because they don't know anything else. They just see this on the street and they buy it. It's okay. I don't really use it that much. It kind of rattles and you kind of have to set it up. I don't like how you have to set this whole thing up, put this back in here, then close it back down, then put this little thing to secure it. Just too much work. Not that I have anything against the preparation and the ceremony of mate. I love it. I love the work that it comes with it, but that's just too much. Okay, next we have the fanned Bombilla. I call it a fanned Bombilla because it sort of has like a circular fan-like motion going on at the end. And it has these slits, horizontal slits, which are nice. I love this Bombilla. It's made out of alpaca. Alpaca is it's a sort of alloy. It's better than, I think it's superior than stainless steel. It's very nice, but it's up there with stainless steel. It's alpaca. Fanned Bombilla. This is one of my favorite Bombillas. I got this from Mate Factor. They gave it to me as a gift a couple of years ago. I love it. It's really good. If you could get yourself one of these, get yourself one. Has a nice little spoon-like action at the end where you can kind of scrape out the mate. Fanned Bombilla, really good. Highly recommended. Next we have a pick Bombilla. I call this a pick because it's sort of like one of those dental picks. You know, the dentists use when they're cleaning your teeth. This is sort of the same shape. This is also alpaca. I got this in Capital in Buenos Aires. A little place called Plaza Serrano. Very nice, handcrafted. It's cool. They come in different lengths. This is a really long one. This is a long ass one. And what I like about this pick Bombilla is that you could literally scrape out your gourd if you have a calabash gourd or a wooden gourd and scrape out that mate really well. It's nice. It's kind of cool. I use it pretty often. Pick Bombilla. Next we have what I call a double action Bombilla. Has a nice wide spout. Why do I call it double action? Because this comes apart. There's a spring below here that's being secured by this mechanism, which brings the spring back up, or the coils back up over the holes which are here, and then it springs on like that and it stays secure. People recommend this Bombilla if you're using gaucho mate that has a lot of powder, pulverized leaves and fibers. But I don't think it's any better than the spoon Bombilla that we'll talk about in a second. This is a nice Bombilla, stainless steel. Can't go wrong with this Bombilla. It's nice, it's very sturdy, has a good head. You can maneuver. Those of you who are experienced with the mate gourd, a good cebador knows how to maneuver the sherba inside, mold it. This has a nice sturdy head to do that with. Double action Bombilla. Eco Teas sells these. They're nice. Actually, I got this from Eco Teas. Thank you, Eco Teas. Then we have some natural Bombilla that I got from my friends over at Mate Project Bar, or the Project Mate Bar, excuse me, in Miami. Cool guys, Jonathan and Daniele. It's a nice Bombilla. I don't use it that much. I actually prefer my spoon Bombilla, but this one's pretty cool. It's a twig, bamboo twig. Has a hole. It's hollowed out, naturally hollowed, and it has these slits at the end. It's a pretty fun Bombilla. It's nice, sturdy. It'll probably last forever. I don't like the suction too much out of it. It's sort of a tight suction, but it's a nice Bombilla. It's good to have, and it looks cool. It's very ornamental. Last but not least, my favorite Bombilla, which I'm using right now. Salud. The fan, excuse me, the fan, no, the spoon Bombilla. It's shaped like a spoon, so I call it the spoon Bombilla. It's perforated. It has a circular motion of holes at the end. A lot of holes at the end. I think it's overall the best Bombilla you could use, especially if you drink Paraguayan cut or Gaucho cut mate, because the spoon-like action at the end of it allows you to get under the cakey mate, because the Gaucho mate becomes very cakey and very pad-like, so you need a Bombilla that you could really get under it and really kind of mold it. And this Bombilla is very ergonomical. It has a very nice thin spout at the end, very thin, very kind of pressed down, so it just slides into your lip. For me, it's the most ergonomical Bombilla I've ever used. It just fits well with my lips. People say they love it. It has a nice engraving design on it. I got this Bombilla from Colonia, actually. Not Montevideo. I think I said Montevideo before. I got it from Colonia. The first spot you get into when you go to Uruguay from Buenos Aires. Took a day trip there a couple months ago. All-time favorite Bombilla. It's spooned. I love Gaucho mate, so I need a Bombilla that can just really get under there. And hey man, those are the 7 Bombillas. We got, just to recap, the spoon Bombilla, coiled Bombilla, chambered Bombilla, pick Bombilla, double action Bombilla, fanned Bombilla, and we have the natural bamboo Bombilla. This is Dave Scarapore, Dave Mate, which I'm going by now, Dave Mate, and just feeling good today, man. Drinking some mate, having a good time out here, Long Island, New York, embracing the warm weather. Salud to my people over in Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, and of course, people of my home right here, New York, Long Island. Peace.